And so I have Tourette syndrome, and so it's really, it's not really bad, but it's the worst when you first start puberty and when you end puberty. And so like looking forward, like I'm probably in the process or about to end puberty. And for me, like my tics aren't that bad. It's more like face twitches, like blinking, like this with my gums. But it's just like the main part for me, like, is like the side effects, which is like anger issues, depression. And so a lot of times, like I kind of live on highs and lows. And so like, if I don't know how to explain this. Sorry.
If I were talking to your parents,
Okay.
and just be like, tell me about Wyatt's personality, what would your parents say?
They would say restless for sure.
Okay.
Like even on vacation, it's really hard for me just to chill or to sit down. Like I'm always.
So we're gonna have a tough time.
Oh, it'll be okay.
We'll move a lot.
Just like kind of always on the move. Like even when we go to the beach, I'm either in the water, like playing catch with someone or something like that.
Yeah.
I would say I'm probably the most, not loud, but I probably like in a family setting, it was like we're all sitting together at a table or outside. I'm probably cracking the most jokes. Either like, not like being mean, like picking at people, you know.
Like siblings?
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say the main thing is like restless. I'm very competitive. A lot of my siblings don't play with me anymore because of it. But yeah, so I have a younger brother, Bennett. He's going to be a freshman. And so it's kind of like a hard age gap because like we can never really play sports together like full age because he's always been a little smaller.
Yeah.
But I would say, I'd say for the most part, like always wanting to do something active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So high energy guy.
Yeah.
Expressive.
Yeah.
Likes to have fun, likes to compete.
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet. So now like let's take a different angle. What would your coaches say about you? Teammates, what would they say your personality is like?
Well, I mean, for high school and club, I've been a captain most of the time, and so I'd say leader. I'd say intense. Obviously, wanting to win. I feel like that's pretty straightforward, but like, yeah, I would say intense. I'm pretty vocal on the field. Yeah, high energy. I've been told I'm pretty coachable. So yeah, I think just like a good vocal leader.
Yeah. So let's move it to close friends. A best friend type of person, somebody that has like access to you a little bit differently than like your broad group of friends. What would they say your personality is like?
I actually do like to have like, I'd say like, not like deep or sad convos, but I'd say I'm pretty in depth with them, like reliable. Like I make time to hang out with my friends. I invite friends over all the time. But yeah, I would say caring and reliable probably.
Sweet. Yeah. So let's switch it up. Let's go through a different lens now.
Okay.
So we'll go from the personality lens to the value lens.
Okay.
So pick any of those groups of people, and what would they say? Which group of people would say something that you value?
They value. I would say just like being yourself. And I feel like that's a big thing. I feel like societies today, like everyone's like, if it's like trends or thinking something's cool, like I just like a lot of my friends because they're them, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you know my friend Weston Barkley. He goes to South.
I do a little bit, yeah.
Weston, I mean, he's one of those guys that just, there's no one else like him.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things I like the most about him. But people are just true to themselves.
Yeah.
Willing to like, even like if it's like looked at as uncool or not like the trend or the move, people are just true to themselves.
Yeah.
I think.
Can you think of something that you know doesn't fit the cool category, but it's just who you are?
I don't know if this is like necessarily like cool, but like a lot of like kids that aren't necessarily like my close friends, people that like aren't like my friend group or that I hang out with, a lot of times are like always wanting to do something, whether that's like go to parties or like, you know, just like do stuff like that. And I just think a lot of times I would rather be hanging out in my own house or someone's basement. And I just think being able to like have friends that you can like truly just like chill with is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. So what would your parents say that is a higher value for you. So they know we talked about the personality side a little bit, but they're like, yeah, I know that he values this part of life, or this part of, obviously some of it bleeds into what you already talked about with your personality, the competitiveness and but how are you spending money and time and effort where they go, he values these two things and probably will for a long time?
This kind of contradicts what I last said, like the chill part, but I guess someone that's willing to do fun things.
Yeah.
Like whether that's go ski at Snow Creek or go to a sports game or something like that. I mean, friends that will just like do things with me. Because even though like I do like to chill, I'm also a guy that likes to go out and do fun things with friends. So yeah.
Yeah, good. So those like meaningful experiences or adventures, like you're in on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we'll switch lenses again. Okay. How about things that give Wyatt stress? What would your family say stresses you out?
Definitely the soccer and college situation right now. It really, so after nationals, my team was pretty successful and I played pretty well, and so it definitely picked up a lot the past couple of weeks. So even so we do this trip for our church youth group called Virgin, Colorado. It's a week. It's just like a fun retreat. And so that was the week after our first round of nationals. So after that, when I was like even like trying just to like chill and like step back from my normal like action-packed everyday life, I was still like I had like 2 or 3 calls a day from college coaches. And so it's just like hard because I mean obviously take a lot of things into consideration, like location, playing opportunities, stuff like that. And also every coach wants you to either go to their camp or go visit and see you as soon as possible. So just that part is pretty stressful.
Yeah, I want to camp out on that for a minute. Like, what could they do as somebody that's like on the receiving side of that? And I know that that's like a pretty common story for kids that are, whether it's they're trying to play or they're kind of getting recruited in high school to play for a club team, or they're getting recruited for a college team. Like that can be just a super dynamic, create a lot of pressure, stress. What could they do better in your mind to help the athlete not experience that as much?
Coaches or parents?
Yeah, coaches.
I don't know if this is like maybe more like consistent. I mean, in a way of communication. Like I feel like a lot of coaches will show a lot of what's it called? Attention to you, like the wanting you off the bat. And then sometimes when you build a relationship with them or text them a lot, sometimes it's a little more shaky. I don't know if that's just because they don't want you as much anymore.
Yeah.
But I feel like just good communication. Like I feel like I'm really, really hard on myself. I feel like sometimes it's just fly. I feel like sometimes it's just like this is maybe a little intense, but like if I play really bad in a game, it'll ruin my mood for the next couple of days. And like if I go back and watch myself on film or just think about it or like relive the moment in my head, it's like what I could have done better there.
Yeah.
Why I didn't do that, how I didn't do that. So yeah, definitely the playing part. Like how well did I play? Yeah.
I've seen that with a couple of my kids that where they're just like coaches are not just upfront about what they're trying to accomplish and their like approach with it. So it comes in as like, you know, we love you, we're interested in you, and then all of a sudden it's not there and you're like, okay, what happened there? And then it comes back up on the scene, and so now you're like okay, I kind of lost some excitement or interest, but at the same time, maybe they've been busy, and you're just kind of making up a story as you go through it. And it's like some of these coaches, I wonder if, like, to me, as I watch it as a dad, I'm like, okay, I see the strategy. They've got maybe a list of like their A players and their list of B players and C players on their board. And they're like wanting to create relationships with all of them in case they don't get their A players.
Yeah.
So it's like, how long can we keep these other guys warm? And I don't even know if that's the story. It's just the story that I've made up as a dad, and that's not even fair to do as a dad, because now that's not a positive story about a program, right? Like in my head, I'm thinking, right now you're a B or a C player to them. They're trying to make you think that you're an A player, but you can see through it all. And here I am telling a story to my kids, and I don't even know if it's a story.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm getting frustrated, and it could just be that, they were super busy, or maybe at the beginning they just knew, hey, this is what we do. We just show a lot of interest at the beginning, and then, we take our foot off the pedal and we let the kid think about it, and then we circle back up in a month, right?
Yeah.
Like who knows what's going on, but if they would just say out of the gate what it is, like, this is how I operate. This is where we're at in this stage of the game. We're on first base here. We're going to be on first base for a while.
Yeah.
We're going to try and hit it to third base over the next 3 to 6 months. Like, just give me some information about your structure here.
Yeah.
And then I can rest in that. And maybe they don't have a plan. I think they've had their world turned upside down quite a bit with scholarships and NIL and all of that. And so maybe they have to be more reactive, and they can't say this is how it goes.
Yeah.
But even if they said that, that would be refreshing, wouldn't it? Like, they're just like, hey man, we're dizzy over here from the way things are. We don't have a lot of structure right now. We just want you to know we're interested. And we don't have this math figured out yet.
Yeah, that would be so nice if coaches would say that. I had one school, actually Drake. So they saw me play at a showcase. I played great the 2 games they watched. I went on a visit a couple weeks later. I had lunch with the coach, and he told me that, they have, like, for the 2026 class, they get like 10 to 15 guys they really, really like. And at that time, he was down to, like, I think 25 kids. And so he was trying to narrow out his list. So the visit went great. After that, we texted a little bit, and then he didn't text me back for like 3 months. And then their assistant coach saw me play at nationals. And then I went to their ID camp, and then he was like, after this round, let's have a call and set up our next step. And so in my mind, we had a call, we had a visit. I have a great relationship with both the coaches. They've seen me play in multiple environments. And so, I was like, the next step is probably an offer, because I can't think of anything else. And so I've yet to call the coach again. And I was like, it's been like a couple of days since I got back from finals. And I was talking to my dad about it, and I was like, should I text him first? Like, he said, he wanted to set up a call with me. And my dad was like, it's his whole job is to get players and win for his team. And he wouldn't have texted you if he didn't mean it. But maybe he's on vacation, maybe he's on a trip, it's on his phone.
Right.
But it just makes you think so much about all, like, the possible scenarios. Like you said, I wish they'd just be upfront at first and be like, we don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But it's going to, like, just go with the flow. But also, one of Drake's best players didn't get an offer until, like, late in his senior year. And so I just feel like also, I'm not sure how it is for baseball, but I know for soccer, almost every program does it differently. And, like, some schools haven't even finished recruiting for the 2025 class yet. And so it's just, like, crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it definitely makes you, like, think, like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Or what's in his mind right now. Like, for me, like, I love to be in control in situations.
Sure.
And so when I'm not, it's even harder. And it stresses me out, and I think, like, what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I just wish you could read the coach's mind sometimes.
It's really hard, I would think, to, like, if I'm thinking about if this is what happens in, like, a job interview with me.
Yeah.
Where they show all this attention, and then it goes months of not attention, and then they bring it back on the radar. I just don't know if our minds can put that into a positive light. Like, it would make me think, am I the backup to your first solution? Am I your second pick guy? Am I going to play?
Yeah.
Do I want to work with you because the communication hasn't been great? I don't know if I can trust this. I'm not sure how you operate, right? Like, it just throws all of that junk. So, yeah, well, thanks for kind of just like uncovering like the story behind the story there for you, like what you're experiencing. Like kids don't need, I think there's just ways, like for all of us, kids, adults, like there's so much stress that's like unnecessary stress that was created by poor communication, poor curation, poor planning, and you've worked so hard. You've given so. I mean, you said when I asked you what you value, and you're talking about like competing, soccer, leading, like that doesn't come from just like this moment of sitting here and like you're making it up. That comes from years and thousands of hours of passion and devotion and adversity and sacrifice and all of these things that you've done to like put yourself in this place that you just wish that coaches would honor that differently with like what you also said that you appreciate, which is like people just being real.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you can just be real with me here, like
it would ease a lot of stress.
It would ease a ton of stress.
And I feel like it's like one of the first things, like especially how like I feel like parents are not involved in it at all.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those first things as a kid that you're kind of like handling on your own.
Yeah.
And it's just like hard because like it's hard. I mean, you can ask for advice with your parents, but it's like they're not the one talking to the coaches.
Right. Parents don't even know how to behave in it, right? Like, can I be on the call? Can we ask if we can talk to him? Is that like?
I'm sure coaches don't want parents asking questions. Is my kid going to get off of here? So it's just hard because.
But even just to ask about the program, just to be like, well, this is a two-way street, right? It's like a double interview.
Yeah.
Like that you got to get to know them as much as they get to know you. They have all this like data and watching you play games and calling you with questions. Like as a dad, I want you to go to a school that's like, all right, now you pursue me. What do you need to know? Because we have to earn it too, right?
Yeah. It's just like you have to almost recruit them as much as they recruit you.
Yeah.
And so it's just hard.
Yeah. Yeah. What else? Anything else that you can think of that you value that that just comes to the top of your mind as we think about what does Wyatt spend money on? Right? What is he? Because it doesn't have to be this like deep thing. I'm not searching for that, but you might be like coffee, man. I value caffeine.
Unfortunately, food.
Food, yeah.
I buy so much food, and it's like, whether it's like I love Chipotle, pretty crappy food, but I get McDonald's more than I should. Panda Express. I mean Freddy's. Yeah. It's just definitely what like 90% of my money goes into, which isn't good.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely food.
Yep.
And I've told my parents, promised them almost that I will stop buying food, but it's like almost half times I'm out with my friends. They're like, "You want to go get food?" I'm always like, "Yes."
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Well, I mean, you're burning a lot of calories.
Yeah.
And, working out a ton, growing, like, you need a lot of food, right?
Yeah.
And it's easy. It's just so easy now to like.
Yeah. Go.
What do you do? Are you door dashing or going through drive-thrus or ordering on apps? Like what's your?
I mean, all of the above.
All of it. Yeah. Are you stopping in? How much do you stop in and eat at? I
actually do quite a bit. I'd say half the time.
Yeah.
Always at Chipotle. I've DoorDashed McDonald's a few times, like late at night if I really like crave it. Yeah. But most of the time I go and sit
What's
down.
The go-to? Like if I could only have one of those meals for the next month.
When I go to McDonald's, dude, I get 3 cheeseburgers, fries, sometimes nuggets, and I'll get like a large water and like a McFlurry with M&Ms. It's a lot of.
You can get it all for like $6.
It's like 20. It's like
is it?
Yeah, it's a lot. I just start.
Well, wait, 3 cheeseburgers? Like are these single cheeseburgers?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
A couple times are double.
And a fry and a McFlurry.
Yeah.
That's $20 now.
And some nuggets. Yeah.
Okay, the nuggets too.
Yeah, it's too much. They have meal deals I should start using more, but yeah.
Yeah. So let's put on another lens here.
Okay.
So talked about personality a little bit, values, stress. What else stresses you out? We talked about the soccer piece, but when you look back at the last year, what outside of soccer and recruiting has been stressful?
Well, it's not really the last year upcoming. So I have Tourette syndrome, and so it's really not really bad, but it's the worst when you first start puberty and when you end puberty. And so like looking forward, like I'm probably in the process or about to end puberty. And for me, like, my tics aren't that bad. It's more like face twitches, like blinking, like this with my gums. But it's just like the main part for me, like, is like the side effects, which is like anger issues, depression. And so a lot of times, like, I kind of live on highs and lows. And so, like, if I don't know how to explain this. Sorry. It's like after like a really fun trip, or I play really great in soccer, and then I get home and I'm just like flatline. And so it's just like hard for me to sometimes like find joy in like things I should. Like for me, like life's going pretty good right now. Like I have a great family. I'm living in a good house. I'm playing good in soccer. Like I have lots to look forward to. But it's hard to be like sometimes just to flat out be happy. And the problem, so I took a lot of medicine for it when I was younger. And so I tried it again a couple months ago, and it helped my Tourette's. It helped me, like I wasn't like mad or sad, but I was just like feeling nothing. And so for me, it's like, would I rather have some tics and feel like a little stressed out or anxious or mad sometimes? Or would I just rather feel nothing?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the hard part. And it actually like kind of screwed me over last time. So I took the medicine. I had no motivation. I wasn't like playing soccer well. I wasn't like talking to friends as much. School was hard for me because I have no motivation to do really anything. Yeah. And so that's kind of a problem right now that I'm facing. And it's like, I don't want it to get like bad again to the point where I need to take medicine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely what stresses me out right now.
Yeah.
It's just that.
So is the stress right now coming from that decision or coming from the anticipation of like a circumstance that's like with school starting, or where is that? Or is it just having Tourette's in general is just stressful? Like where does most of that coming from now?
I would say both. I mean, the decision to get on medicine again is stressful because, I mean, obviously it has to kick in a little bit. And so when I first took it, like it was pretty like bad for like the first couple of weeks that I even got off of it. And like now like I feel like I've matured and like realized that it's not a big deal. But when I was younger, I didn't want to be like, I thought that I didn't want to take medicine to like feel normal.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be fine without medicine. But now I realize that if it truly helps me and like I'm better, then maybe it's the right decision. But yeah, it's just like I have a girlfriend right now. It's going good. Like I don't want to take medicine again, like not like lose feelings, but like not have motivation, like keep it going well, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that.
So if you were to get back on it, what would be the main driver of that for you? Because as you explain it, it seems like there's so much like of your natural spirit that's returned to you, and you get to feel you, right? And so as you're explaining it, like I'm hearing that the benefits of not being on it for you outweigh the benefits of being on it. But there's still this like decision about maybe going back on it. So what would be the main reason for you to go back on it?
I think if I could really like push through those first couple of weeks of it being hard and like slowly like ease into it, then it would be beneficial and good. Yeah. But like I'm afraid to like start it during like soccer season and stuff too. So it's just like kind of a big decision.
Yeah.
But
if you're gonna do it again, you have to like commit to this like
exactly, because if you take it on and off
period
or inconsistent, then it gets bad.
Yeah. When you talked about like coming back from a soccer tournament and just feeling flat or empty, down, was that prior to being on the meds? Is that a part of, does Tourette's cause on its own without medicine, does it cause like a level of energy flow that changes in you?
Definitely.
That is hard?
Definitely.
So it's not just like some people, like if you're saying there's a tic as like an outward symptom, right? Something that others would see, there are other symptoms too that not everybody sees.
Exactly. And I'm honestly more, I would say scared, but those stress me out more.
Yeah.
Like I would rather have like small, tiny noticeable tics maybe, and like that just be that, than be frustrated about for no reason or sad for no reason.
Yeah.
And I think I've always kind of been like that, like the highs and lows, like after I get, if I like I'm really looking forward to something and that's done, then I'm kind of sad. But I think that could be pretty normal too.
Sure.
But yeah, definitely like the energy part is a big thing. Like I'm trying to explain it. It's hard. I don't really talk about it a lot. I don't like talking to my parents about it because it makes me like, but I just think, sorry, I'm really trying to think here.
It changes energy flow, it sounds like, with or without the medicine. Like
But
if you take the medicine, then that has some like, it's changing these natural energy patterns. Is that fair to say? Like if when you take it, it kind of flatlines you in some ways.
Yeah.
But if you don't take the medicine, then there's these like dips, these cycles of like, call them darkness or is that right?
Yeah.
I think that with either one, there's like an energy or natural spirit, negative shape that is a consequence that you're experiencing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for sure.
So it's like trying to decide which one's better or worse. And
yeah. Yep.
That's tough.
Yeah.
When did Tourette start for you?
I think just going into puberty is when so my tics used to be pretty bad, and I still talk pretty fast, but I used to have like a really bad stutter, talked way faster than I do now. And I just had more noticeable tics then, whether it was I feel like I used to sniff a lot, or it was kind of like tiny noises in my mouth or something like that. But yeah, I think definitely then.
And how much time, how much energy are you using day to day to manage that without medicine? Because right now I haven't
really
noticed anything.
That's good.
And so I'm I'm pretty attuned guy, very observant, love just eye contact and watching people's countenance change, because I enjoy it, right? I enjoy people just expressing themselves, and so for me, I'm hearing you're not on medicine, and I haven't seen anything other than the examples of when you said sometimes I do this, but I haven't seen it. So how much are you working to not let that happen right now?
A little bit. It's kind of like an itch almost. It's like your brain's telling you to do it. But I'd say I'm trying a little bit right now, just because I don't want to be not that I'm embarrassed of it necessarily, but it's just I'm a little locked, honed in on it.
Yeah.
But I feel so either it's at school or I'm hanging out with friends, I'll be focused on not doing it, and then when I get home I'll kind of just be free about it. But it's definitely not as bad as it used to be. But I just don't want to pick back up. I've
battled some health stuff in the last 10 years with so right when we had our fifth kid, that was about 10 years ago, and I was in the hospital, and I remember telling my wife, I was just I just don't feel good right now. I don't feel I feel like I just have the flu, but it's different than the flu. I just don't feel, and I don't know if this is an age thing or what it was. And then that pretty quickly started turning into a lot of different things that were hard. And the difficulty was going way up, and the fear, the frustration of man, I lead a very healthy life. What is happening here?
Yeah.
And then all the research and going to doctors, and doctors giving me all this different advice and solutions, and you should take this medicine. And I had people saying you should take depression medication, and then I had people saying, I think that you have cancer. And these are doctors, right? That my head is just spinning and my emotions are spinning, and I don't know whether it's food, like diet related, or it's all over the board, but this is like years of journeying through that and then just not feeling like my optimal self. It gets into just a lot of dark days, and I'm not entirely out of it, but I'm much better. But it's been a haul. It's been a 10-year haul where I would say like as much adversity as I've experienced 2 or 3 major adversity seasons in my life, and this one's definitely like equal in weight. But you said something that like really triggered just relatability in me, is like just the fear. I have this fear of it returning. I have fear around a lot of things. The fear of the medicine, even just supplements that I'm taking a lot of different supplements. I'm like, wow, I've got like this prescription thing. I'm always really careful about a prescription. I finally decided to take it, but that took me probably a year to even decide that I would take a prescription. And just so much fear and frustration and work in that journey. Do you see it as do you see the post-puberty side of things as being the light at the end of the tunnel, or is that just a maybe?
I think maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know for sure if it's going to come back, but I mean, from the beginning, when I first got diagnosed, all the neurologists were saying that's how it's because of the hormones. Like when you first started, when you end it, it's where it kind of spikes. So I don't know. Like, I feel like I haven't really like experienced it yet. It hasn't really gone up or down, but I mean, I certainly hope that it will be like, I won't have to like be like focused on it to not do them, you know, my tics. But I mean, I think just more like, not the light at the end of the tunnel, but just kind of hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know do you feel like you're getting clear on what you want to do with the medicine? Is soccer, you're in a break with soccer right now, right?
Yeah.
Going back into school. Do you feel like you have clarity yet on what you want to do there, or is it more?
I think, I mean,
uncertain right now.
I think I'm pretty uncertain still. I think I'm willing to give it a shot if it gets bad or I feel it picking up.
Yeah.
And just because I did it a couple months ago, like I know, now I know that it'll probably be like hard or rough for the first couple of days or week or two, but then I think it will actually be beneficial and will help towards after that period.
So would you do it more for help with tics or more with help on the just kind of the negative emotional cycle? What would you hope for more out of that?
I think emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been emotionally good for you in those harder times? What do you do to find peace in those really hard times?
That's a good question. I mean, definitely soccer, especially if I'm playing well, it helps a lot. I go to church, but I would say I'm not faithful enough. Like, I think I do a bad job of like praying and stuff like that. So, but I try to. Whether it's like music or just like going outside more.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm, hanging out with friends, I just think if I'm actively doing something that's like fun or that I enjoy, then it's easier for my mind to be off of those things.
Yeah.
Almost as a distraction, which is always a good thing, but I feel like it does help.
Do you know enough? Are you able to overpower the side of you that says, like, if you get an invite, and you're kind of stuck in the depths of it, there might be this like tendency to just say no.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know that's what you're feeling, like no, but do you override that knowing that that's good for you and step into it?
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah.
Or would now.
Yeah. So a distraction being something athletically is helpful. Does that mean that you could go out and, if you don't have a game for soccer, do you create your own soccer distractions, like with workouts or with
I mean, yeah.
conditioning?
Yeah, definitely, just go to the field and shoot, or like bring a friend with me and just like pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think.
Do you reach out more to friends in those times, or do you wait?
I think I don't, which isn't always good, but I think I still do. And knowing now, like, I think I would.
Yeah. What music do you? Did you say music?
Yeah.
Yeah. What music do you enjoy?
Pretty basic. My favorite artist is definitely Drake.
Yep.
Like I just like, I feel like he has all different genres of music, not just like rap. I really like country music, big on that, and then just kind of more laid back music.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And do you? What would you say is like? What would your form of meditation look like? Is it just like? Because that can be, somebody can say the word meditate, and somebody could think, oh, that you're meaning like something super technical or some book on meditation, but just how do you spend time? What is meditating to you?
Okay, so actually I used to a little bit when I used to go to my like therapist. It would be, what I would do is I would like just like it's like ground myself, sit down in a comfortable chair or just on the ground, and I would just think of the place where I feel most calm or most relaxed. And so that like immediately, like, so on one of my trips to Colorado for my church, there's a place that I would hike to with two friends. I just like crazy view, just sit on a rock. So I just like think about that and kind of just like reflect on my day, or like what's been like stressful or like loud. And so actually, like, I wouldn't really like, so I take the trash out every Wednesday night. We have a little swing out in front of our house. So after I do the trash, I would just go sit on that swing. Not even like close my eyes, really even do that much, but I would just, just sit in silence for a little bit.
Yeah. And
that would be really helpful, just to like kind of just take a pause or like a reset from my busy life and just kind of reflect and think about stuff.
Are you able to, that seems really mature, like that, are you still doing that? Or is that like a part of a past Wyatt?
I think mostly past Wyatt, but I think if the school year does stress me out, or if a lot like soccer, if it continues to stress me out, I think for sure that I'll start doing it again.
Yeah. Are you able to connect with that moment on the mountain pretty good?
Yeah.
Wow. How long ago was that?
Well, we've been to that same place the past 2 years. And so, I was there like a month ago. And so,
same friends?
Yeah.
Huh.
Actually, Weston and Quentin Morris, he goes to South also.
So that's a special place that you
definitely
make sure to return to.
Yeah.
Huh. Love it. And you can still return to it in this like virtual reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sweet. So talking about that a little bit, like, I think everybody's got like everybody has a medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
It's just like what is in it, right? Some people it's very literal. It's like full of prescriptions.
Yeah.
Others it's maybe alcohol or caffeine, or it's like some kind of stimulant. Or, for others it's exercise, a swing, a space, a memory, right? Like it's all medicine cabinet in my mind.
Yeah.
So if you were to design the medicine cabinet for you, like if you're going forward and you're like, I'm either taking this prescription and that's my medicine, or I'm doing these 3 things or whatever when I experience thoughts that are hard, emotions that are hard, when I get stuck, I do these things. What would that look like for you as you kind of reflect on things that have worked in the past, things that you do now, things that you've wondered about trying?
Yeah.
What are some that pop out to you as like, this would be my pick?
It's tough. I feel like immediately, yeah, just like medicine, not like actual medicine, but just like something that like, you know, just gets me like settled down. I think, yeah, like I said, just like going out to the field and playing soccer, or, you know, just like taking time in my day to reflect on my day, or just to be calm. Or, I mean, hanging out with friends, I feel like it stimulates me almost, like doing something fun.
Yeah. So maybe reaching out a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think things that distract me from like my normal life, like everyday life, just taking a break. Yeah.
You're a smart dude.
Thanks.
How'd it feel talking about it?
I felt, I didn't have like this exact conversation, obviously, but I've had like similar ones with my old therapist and also my youth leader, Dylan.
Yeah.
He's about like 28, and so he's not like close in age to me, but I mean, he told me before that we were similar kids.
Yeah.
And so like actually like on the last day of our trip, we would get with like 3 to 4 people we really know pretty well, and like just sit in a circle and talk to them and stuff about like how we see God in them or how we appreciate them. And I feel like a lot of things like my friends told me is how just not what they told. Just what we talked about is how just it's really important to like not like take a break or like physically retreat from your everyday life, but it's like sometimes meditate or just to like just to be calm or to be still. You know, I feel like that's just super helpful in life.
Yeah. Yeah. How often are you still? You said that's probably like at the beginning. You're like, my parents would explain me as the guy that's not still.
I know it kind of doesn't make any sense.
No, it does make sense because you recognize what your kind of like normal rhythm looks like. It's the super active person, right?
Yeah.
But you also are recognizing how that could maybe not be a good thing sometimes, right? How the inverse of that can also give you something good.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not getting lost in it, and you're not saying, this is what you're open-minded to the other side. You've seen the other side, and you've disciplined yourself at times where you're like, I'm going to pull this lever over here. I don't pull it that much, but it's important to me.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, how hard is it to pull that lever? How often are you doing that?
I'd say, it used to be really hard, but I feel like now, like, obviously I don't have as much energy as I did when I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Which it was only like 5 years ago. But, almost daily, I'd say, like, because I feel like I might spend too much time in my room, like, in the evening or nighttime. But if it's just, like, sitting in my chair and playing video games, or, you know, just, like, sitting in my bed without my phone, just, like, chilling.
Yeah.
But I think, I've realized how it's important to, like, have time like that. And so I definitely make more of an effort to do that more often now than I did, but it's probably a couple times a week at least.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's even like just going on a drive.
Yeah.
I really like doing that.
Yeah.
Listen to music or even quiet. I just think it's just nice to have time to yourself.
Yeah, so you've got some like sacred space maybe in the car.
Yeah.
Listening to some tunes. You pick a certain road to go down, or you just get out and drive?
Definitely not a certain road, but like familiar roads, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I just kind of just go in circles next to my house or just places I know.
Yeah. In your room, out on the swing, maybe getting down, like when your therapist would talk to you, that was like a floor moment.
Yeah.
Right? Get down on the ground. Yeah. You mind passing me that? Oh, I guess I got it. Do you need any of this?
I'm okay.
All right, so let's switch to that fun category.
Okay.
So you talked about adventures and knowing that that's something that you will value for a long time, like getting out, having fun, putting something meaningful together.
Yeah.
Like, tell me something that's just is the like an example of that in your memories?
Definitely my favorite thing to do is skiing, and I love the mountains more than anything. And so like yeah, for spring break I went skiing, and it's just like I went with my Weston's, one of my best friends, and so just being in my favorite places, my favorite people, my favorite thing. That's definitely like the high for me.
Yeah.
It's just being able to ski like that,
Yeah.
and we're pretty similar like level of skiers too. So always being together and trying sketchy runs or runs we haven't done before. It's pretty fun to me.
Yeah, you get out annually? Would you
Yeah,
say?
I'd say so. I didn't go for spring break my sophomore year, but like 6th, 7th, 8th, all the way up to here. Besides last year, I've been skiing.
So would you say that like, you know, there's times in our lives where we don't necessarily, moments that are just magic to us.
Yeah.
Right? That whether it's a spiritual experience, whether it's a unknown power source, whether it's nature, whether it's type of people, but something just happens and it's magic. So is that one of those places for you?
I would say for sure, yeah.
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 And where is it usually like on the mountain, or like is it sitting down in the middle of the trees when the snow's coming down, or is it at the end of a long day being in a hot tub?
I think for me, probably the best thing, two things, but first the best thing we did is one run we did, you have to kind of drop in a little bit. It was pretty hard, but after you dropped in, there's just like kind of almost a ledge, and you could just see like the whole mountain range like under a pine tree. So just sitting there was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then also even like I feel it like when I'm like home now or driving home, it's just like how awesome that was and how I should have taken more advantage of it or like been more in the moment. But I think I really appreciate it there, and also like now like when it's super hot, it's like I could be skiing right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that moment will build for you.
Yeah.
You'll build it.
Yeah.
You've got the vision for it. And
Yeah.
That's sweet. What about what would these groups of people say that they know you dream about? What are dreams that they know of? Friends or coaches or family? Imagine there's something on the soccer side.
Yeah.
What is that for you?
It's kind of hard to answer that question because like I don't even know what my dreams are yet. I mean, I do want to play Division I soccer.
Yeah.
I think that's achievable. I don't think I'm good enough to play professional soccer, but definitely to play Division I soccer is probably my main goal right now. I'm not even 100% sure I want to study yet. I think something on the business or finance side.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really haven't done a lot of future planning besides soccer.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But I just think
You said you have or haven't?
haven't.
Oh, okay.
Haven't.
Yeah.
I don't even like. I love the mountains, but I really like Kansas City.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't blame you for staying. I feel like it's a pretty nice and convenient city. I feel like it'd be fun to like go somewhere, like live somewhere else, until I'm like about 30 or something, and then come back to raise kids. Because I really like Kansas City.
Yeah.
But besides
So you
that,
can
I
see
don't
yourself here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
What about paint a little bit of a picture of what a dream type of trip sounds like? Maybe it's building off something you've already done. Maybe it's something that you've thought of that you've never done.
I really like hiking, and I've not like done research, but I've just like seen videos on social media of people doing like really awesome backpacking trips in like the Swiss Alps or in Germany.
Yeah.
And I'm a kind of a big history guy, and so I think being like in a cool like German city with a lot of history would be awesome.
Yeah.
And those mountains are just different over there.
Yeah.
So I think that'd definitely be a dream trip with some friends. Yeah.
Love it. Have you researched it at all? Have you gotten?
Not really.
gotten into it?
I've just like seen videos like that would be sick. You know, just thinking about it, but
Yeah. How long would you be able to do that?
I don't know. Some people do it for like a whole summer.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple weeks. I feel like, well, also like I feel like I'm a pretty adventurous guy, but at the same time, okay, when I say as I've gotten older, it sounds kind of dumb because I'm only 17. But I feel like I'm not like a lame person, but I don't like to be like too uncomfortable. And so I feel like there's get to a point where I'd like miss my own bed or the convenience of my own home. Like even like in Colorado, like I was on a pretty crappy bunk bed, and so that kind of like made me want to go home. But I don't know. I feel like probably a couple of weeks for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Maybe after you graduate or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So, I'll start with like kind of this broad question,
Okay.
and then I'll get a little bit more,
Okay.
give you some handles for it. So where did Wyatt come from? Like, where was, like, when you think back about moments and people or experiences, music, adversity, when you think about like what had like power over the shape of you today, what comes to mind? Like what made this like very competitive, super energetic, high energy guy, likes to have fun, interested in history, knows himself really well. Like what are some moments that, you know, the guy that's super reliable and likes to just hang with friends and, you know, sometimes go deeper with friends and soul search a little bit,
Yeah.
wonder about big things, have meaningful conversations. Like when you look back, what can you kind of name as like a, you know, something from younger years where you're like, yeah, I could see where that had a lot of formation in me.
Yeah. So I think for like the last bit you mentioned, like the kind of like deep talking, like know myself well, and like that type of stuff. I don't know if this relates too much, but so until we didn't move so we live like right off of Ward Parkway and 64th, so like right next to kind of Mission Hills area, and we didn't move there until I was going into my freshman year. And before, we lived off of like 33rd and Linwood, next to like Center High School, and we were the only white family on our street. And there's this place called the Hope Center. My parents worked there until Jillian could drive.
Chris J. Lee.
Yeah. And so just like I feel like growing up there taught me a pretty big perspective on life, because I mean it's like 15 minutes away from my house now, but it's kind of a different world.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that helps a lot to form me to kind of appreciate the things in life that I have, because I mean it was just so different. The things you would see are like just I wouldn't see now, and I feel like a lot of kids that grow up in like Leawood or Prairie Village just like don't really know about that or haven't even been down there. Yeah. And so I feel like having that just really was like kind of impactful and helpful almost, because now I know what it's like to live in two different types of neighborhoods. Yeah. And so, I mean, I appreciate that I live there. We actually, for living there, we had a pretty fun house. We, going back, this is kind of building to the soccer part. We had a backyard. It wasn't too big, but one time the Swope Park soccer fields flooded. And so we went my dad knew the guy that worked there. And so they had a dumpster full of turf, and we took a ton of it, just laid it in our backyard. And so from the beginning, I probably spent most of my time playing soccer back there. Like my old punishment was that I couldn't go outside because I was outside way too much. Or if it was too cold, I'd ask my parents if I could go outside and play soccer. But yeah, I mean, I would watch highlights on the night before, goals that I saw, and try to recreate them. And so I just think that just made me super competitive. And my sister, Jillian's 1 year older than me. She's going to go to KU. And up until about like middle school, we competed together pretty hard. Then I kind of got a little bit bigger, stronger, faster. But I mean, I always played with her, my dad, my brother. And so yeah, I feel like from the beginning, I was a pretty big competitor. I played competitive soccer since I was like in second grade. And so just that helped. And then switching topics to like the adventure side, my mom's parents live at the Lake of the Ozarks, and their backyard backed up to a national forest. And so we go there a lot more often back then because we weren't playing like club soccer as much and weren't as busy. And so I would just go out and explore. I mean, I'd built like forts like deep into the forest.
Sweet.
And so that was pretty awesome. So I think that definitely helped me with like the adventure part. Like I would go fishing, I would hunt for squirrels, all that stuff. So that definitely made me like always kind of want to be on the go and explore and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think those three.
What do you miss from the past?
I mean, it's not like I'm a full-grown adult yet, but I feel like I do have more responsibilities than I did when I was 5 or 6. And so definitely just, I mean, I just remember when I was like 10 or 11 that I would just beg my parents for a phone and stuff. And honestly, I miss life without a phone. I feel like now I couldn't live without one.
Yeah.
But I just feel like life before that was much more fun and like stress-free.
Yeah.
Because now with like Snapchat, you can see like people hanging out like, oh, they're hanging out without me. Like none of that happened when I didn't have a phone. I was more creative. I'd play outside. I'd do games and stuff. I feel like I missed that part for sure.
Yeah.
Just more stress-free, less. I just feel like, yeah, I just was outside more better, meaningful interactions with people that I hung out with or family and friends. Yeah.
Do you create phone fasts or phone breaks? Can you, like just challenges or anything like that?
Not really. I wish I did more. I try to do it in the car more times when I'm driving around with like my dad or something.
Yeah.
When I was in Colorado, I wasn't on my phone that much, partially because I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So that was probably the main reason I wasn't on it as much. But I mean, when I'm in like a really cool place, or we go to pretty cool spots for like soccer tournaments. So like I was in Seattle for nationals before my Colorado trip. So when I was like walking around, I wasn't really on it.
Yeah.
But I feel like in my normal everyday life, I'm on it way too much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you keep a social media updated through some platform, whether it's Instagram or Twitter or anything like that?
Yeah. And well, for like for sports stuff, Twitter. I use Twitter a lot to post like highlights and stuff. And then Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after thinking about, an hour and a half of just kind of others seeing you seeing yourself, like what's missing in that for you? Like what, you've talked a lot about the way that others might see you and the way that you see yourself. What isn't alive enough that you already see? It's like part of you, but you're like, I want more of that. Or what is missing from that ecosystem of Wyatt?
I think overall, just like satisfaction. I feel it's a pretty simple answer where I could dive deeper, but just like the true meaning of satisfaction, just like, I feel like whether it's, sorry, I'm trying to think, I should have thought more about that before
No,
I
that's
said that.
good.
But I just think being satisfied with who I am, and like where, like I mentioned like my values, how people are just, how are they themselves and stuff like that. But I mean, I just feel like it's hard to like do that nowadays. And I mentioned it before, but I feel like a lot of kids like see stuff on social media that they're like, that's cool, I want that, I want to be like that, like that's how I want to be. And thinking of how they can always like better themselves, make themselves cooler friends, cooler things, just like being satisfied with what I have and who I am.
Yeah.
And more like on like just an emotional level, like realizing that I have it pretty good. And like with all like in the heat of soccer and college and being stressed out about that, just being like, just kind of more living in the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the time, like how we're talking about coaches and like that system and how it's shaky and stressing out about that, just like living in the moment, like it kind of relates to the meditation and being calm, but just like, okay, this is what I can control.
Yeah.
I can control what I do, how I live, like how I act on others. I can't control what a college coach is gonna say or when they're gonna reply. I can't control how others act towards me. Just being satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah. And there is like this, I kind of have this like I have similar thoughts, you know, at 47.
Yeah.
So it is like being mindful of that feeling of not being satisfied and really grounding yourself is like this constant, it's a constant work. But I'm curious to know, like when you reflect on kind of regulating yourself, right, in those moments of how do I battle this feeling? Because there's some level of that that's healthy, right? It's like, well, yeah, I could improve here, right? Maybe I need to improve here. I want to improve here, and there's different types of work that you can give towards something, or different ways that you can invest your time or your effort to refine and make something better.
Yeah.
And so it's this like teeter-totter thing where it's like, well, I don't want to just be static,
Yeah.
right? I know that I'm an evolving person and being, and I like growth and achievement. At the same time, I have to be careful of that. I don't want that to stress me out too much or stress others out that I care about or compromise other values that I have.
Yeah.
So it's this constant like decision-making system that you're like, okay, how do I make the right decisions to not compromise the things that are good, and where is contentment okay right now, and where is achievement okay right now? So how does that work for you? How do you sort through that? Is it something that you feel and think for a while and then you make a decision because it's been there for a while? Is it something that's more impulsive? Is it something that stresses you out because it's like, man, I get lost in it, I get stuck? Is it when you have those two circles of energy flowing through you, like it is good enough, rest, enjoy, and then the other side of achievement and striving?
Yeah.
What's something in your life that you can feel that on right now?
Satisfaction.
Just like
Or
that,
just-
the tension between those two things
Yeah.
around satisfaction and achievement, and where they're just kind of they're creating something that's stressful.
I think soccer.
Soccer.
I just think like I'm satisfied with the way I've been playing.
Yeah.
Stressed out that I don't know what coaches are thinking.
Yeah.
And how communication is.
Yeah.
But like going like different away from sports, I just like the trying to find satisfaction. I feel like even though I've talked about it a lot and how I used to meditate and like do a pretty decent job of like being still and calming down, I feel like it is still pretty unknown to me. Like haven't like mastered it in any way, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like kind of impulsive. Like I'm like, you know, like I had a bad day or like I'm overly stressed out about something at the moment where it's like I've acted impulsive. Like I know I need to just reset or like take a break or just kind of calm down. It's like I feel like pretty impulsive that way, but at the same time, like I think like also this comes from like prayer side too. Like I feel like I do a bad job of like doing that stuff in prayer when it's going good. I feel like I should be, even when life's going great, or if I'm talking to a coach and it's good and it's good communication, if my relationships are going well, if I'm doing well in school, I tend to like, you know, just like not fuck this much. But I feel like I'd only kind of do it or like meditate part when life's not going as well.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that makes it more inconsistent to where like when things are going good, I'm kind of forgetting about how important it is to do that stuff. And I'm only doing that when things are going like bad for me.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can relate to that.
Yeah. Like it's easy to ask for help when things aren't going well.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
How satisfied would you say you are about the Wyatt of this summer? If you were to like grade it or give some indication of like where that sits in you right now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, probably say like a 6.
Yeah.
6 or 7. I mean, I feel like relationally, it's been good. Like, I feel like I've got along better with my siblings, maybe because I've been gone for them more than I normally are because of soccer and stuff. But I think like pretty good. I feel like I am doing well in sports. But then there's times like I could be better or like nicer to people, or to be more caring, to be more to have more sympathy towards my siblings, or like my house has been a little stressful because like my sister's going to college in like 2 weeks, and so my parents are kind of scrambling to like spend more time with her almost, because she's about to leave. And so like my older sister and my parents are kind of not like getting into fights, but there's some tension just because like she's trying to hang out with friends she's not going to see for a long time, or her boyfriend, when my parents really want to spend time with her. So that's kind of creating some stuff. My brother just tore his ACL before his freshman year, where he probably would have started on varsity, which is pretty sad because like I remember I went to his room the day he did it, and he was like, all I've ever wanted to do is play with you, and I was going to play a season with him, so that was really hard. And so it's like like I talked to my dad about it, and like not in like it sounds kind of, I'm trying to explain it. It's been hard to like talk about like how like my brother doesn't even want to watch soccer right now. He's so sad about it.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to like talk about like how good soccer is going for me in front of him.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, that's kind of off topic, but I feel like I'm pretty satisfied overall with how things are going for me right now. But I definitely think I could make an effort to be better towards my family and friends and stuff. Yeah.
Man, that's such an admirable comment from a 17-year-old. Like just that you could reflect and say that is just a powerful thing on its own.
Thanks.
Like it's there and it's in you, and that's like 90% of it, right? It's the person who would miss that in all of this. I mean, here you are going into you've talked for a while now, where we've talked about you and a lot of great things that are important to you, and the adversity that you have in those things, and whether it's mental health or whether it's making some big decisions about what's the right path for medicine, and whether it's the coaching adversity and recruiting and all of that. And then for me to ask that question and you circle it all back to your family and your care for them, dude, like if that's how you took this conversation just in this moment, like that's already real with your family.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's not I would encourage you to just be very satisfied that's what your soul just did right there.
Thanks.
Yeah. Because I would have thought that would have gone into soccer.
Yeah.
Right? Or college, or decisions that you need to want to make here in the next few months or future, and taking it back to just like care and love and empathy and moments that you're reflecting on that are hard for others. That's so powerful, man.
Thanks.
When you reflect, are you doing most of that mentally, or do you do that do you journal? Do you write anything? Do you speak anything? Do you Or is it thought?
I would say thought for the most part. I mean, yeah, mental too. I mean, I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
On the rare occasion, well, it's also like for my youth group, like I have a really good relationship with my youth leader, Dylan, that I mentioned. But because of soccer, I couldn't go to any of our youth groups. Like we do it like Sunday mornings and Tuesday nights, and I'd practice every single Tuesday. I'd have games on Sundays during the school year. I'd be out of town for soccer. But when I could go, like talking to him, that just kind of talking to him on its own is kind of just a reflection, because he's really good at like kind of getting me not like comfortable. I mean, I'd say comfortable, just like someone I can trust, you know?
Yeah.
And it's powerful to have those conversations with people that you like really trust and can relate to. And so being able to like reflect with him, like being able to speak at times is easier, or someone that's understanding, or that's been through the same circumstances as you. Sometimes it's easier to like hear yourself say it than to think it.
How'd that relationship start? Was that a choice made by you to go do something, or did your parents put you in something that when you were younger?
It's been the church we've gone to since I was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
And so I've been in the youth group from the beginning. It's like, like elementary school, middle school, and then high school. But I mean, he played college football.
Okay.
And so he's a pretty competitive guy too. And so we've also like got at it before, like playing basketball together, like getting into it. But he's just someone I can compete with and relate to and talk to. So probably the last couple of years, definitely built a relationship with him. Yeah.
Who knows you the best?
Probably my dad, I'd say. I probably talk to my mom more, but like my dad's the one that normally travels with me to soccer. And so whether it's like long car rides or airports or flights, like I would probably talk to him the most about like more like in-depth conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you experience yourself being grateful, how does that move through you? Is it something that, do you have any structure for how you do gratitude? Obviously you've said prayer, so I'm sure in prayer gratitudes come out. Does it happen at all when you're trying to be, just be still? Or is that more just like getting quiet within yourself and being still and being content? Like, where does gratitude happen for you, and how does that happen for you?
I feel like the two, so grateful for what I have, or for like opportunities, or what if I'm playing good, that's most of the time that's through prayer, or it's like even thinking about it. And then when it comes to like thanking people or my parents, I do a great job, I think, of like verbally doing it. But sometimes I feel like in my actions I could be better. Like, obviously this is like pretty surface level, but like if my parents get me food, always thank them, like for that. But then like sometimes they would ask me to do a chore, or like even today my mom was like, will you mow the lawn this morning before you hang out with your friends? And I slept in too late, hung out with my friends and mowed it before I came here. And she was a little frustrated because she was like, when I ask you to do something, I want you to do it then, not later. And so I feel like a lot of times I do show grace and gratitude in my words, but not always in my actions.
Yeah.
Or I could be better at that.
And do you ever, when you're in prayer or thought about gratitudes, do you usually name the thing that you're grateful for? And kind of leave it at that? Like, is it I'm grateful for my mom, I'm grateful, thank you for my soccer coach, thank you for Dylan. Is that kind of how you process through?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever attach a why to it? Like, I'm grateful for Dylan because, or I'm grateful for my brother because?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I mean, not all the time, but if it's like something they did specifically that positively impacted me that day or that occasion, then yeah.
Yeah. I've found that for me, I've tried to, I don't do this all days. Saturday is kind of like a guaranteed day that I do it, but it's been really powerful when I do it. It's like, it's felt it's like been stickier, or it's translated into my behavior or my spirit or my mental, my energy or whatever, when I'm like, I'll just get out my notebook and I'll be like, I am not doing anything today. I'm not getting into productivity or achievement or chores or my phone or whatever. I'm just going to get this blank sheet of paper and I'm just going to write what I'm grateful for and why. And that's been awesome. I'm not in it as consistently as I would like. I mean, for the way that it kind of like changes me internally, you would think I would do it every day. I don't. But there's something about writing it down where it becomes more like I give it more thought when I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
It doesn't just flicker for me and I just kind of like hit the tops of the waves through it, but it just like anchors me into the moment. I can feel that thing more. I'm not always, it's other people, but it's also what I'm doing, that or what's being done through me.
Yeah.
That is really powerful too. So, as you're going through your gratitudes, like I just encourage you to kind of get into that why, maybe with a pen, maybe, and for sure making sure that you're one of the stops.
Yeah.
That it's not this like all these others, but like, what are you doing? What is moving through you that's special to you? That might feed into that like satisfaction, contentment side as well, an acknowledgement of it, like Wyatt being a friend to Wyatt in those moments.
Yeah. No, I think certainly writing it down just helps you kind of acknowledge it more than just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is there any, like, as you kind of reflect on the conversation, is there anything that pops out of you in like this is one small thing that I want to take action on, or this is one, season of something that I want to take action on? This is like maybe it could be as strong as like a commitment to, and not something for anybody but you, that you're like, this is something that's going on that feels right, that I want to take like all this observation and discussion and reflection, and I want to move it over into a plan or action or accountability. Is there anything that...
I definitely think the writing would help a lot. I feel like if I did it pretty consistently, it would turn into a habit and it'd be really helpful. Also, just like hearing my own self talk about like just the stillness of like reflection and taking time out of your day to really just like settle down and be calm. I feel like that's something that will really help me, especially in this, like, because this is like the most stressful time for recruitment, like, and like soccer. Like, I have a lot of big goals for this season.
Yeah.
And so, definitely just writing down what I'm grateful for instead of thinking it. I feel like that would really help me not to think about it more, but just like know it and see it.
Yeah.
And then also just, taking more time out of my day to be, just still. And that'd be really helpful for me.
Yeah. So, one of the most annoying things in my health journey is when other people would like tell me, they'd like hear my story, which I don't open up about it much.
Yeah.
But it would be like I'd open up a little bit. Most of the time I'd just be like thinking, okay, I'm just sharing here. I'm not looking for anything from you. I'm just I'm challenging myself to be vulnerable and just get it out of my head. And that's been a chore.
Yeah.
It's taken a while for me to like trust the goodness that could be there in just sharing. And I also get unsettled at times where I've done that and somebody gives that attention in a way that it just doesn't feel right. They could be doing something purely golden and I could just feel something like,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel good right now. You know, I'm like hyper critical in those in those moments.
Yeah.
So one, I just want to acknowledge that like, as I talk with you about your health, that I could have done that. And I know how that feels. You know, when somebody's like searching and talking and asking a question can like just kind of rub the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
Or a look or whatever. It's just it's such a difficult place that even the closest people to you don't know, like, how difficult that is to journey and like soldier through that. So I just want to like acknowledge that like, one, I think that it's crazy powerful for you to like just be vulnerable there. It's a really hard thing to do. And I know that I might have, you know, said something or looked at,
you didn't.
you know, given a look or whatever, that it's just, it's a sensitive place. So thanks for letting me to get into that with you. I do have like, I'm going to take a risk and throw out something.
Okay.
And just hope that it echoes in you in the right way.
Okay.
Which is like, this time that I've been able to be with you is just magic to me. It's like emotionally magic.
Yeah.
There's like times where I look away just because I'm so appreciative of like that I get to experience you and like who you are. And I just want you, like the decision about medication or not medication, right? Lots of different kinds of medication, but specifically like anything that would take your natural spirit from you.
Yeah.
It would, I might not have experienced that today. I might not have experienced everything that you are without it.
Yeah.
And I'm just really grateful that I did, because you're teaching me, you're inspiring me. It's like it's been really special for me to just be here with you. And so I just want you to hear that. I'm not judging prescriptions at all. I have no judgment on it. And I'm not encouraging you not to, because it's your journey. But I'm just super thankful that I got you without that today. And I just wanted you to hear that.
Thank you.